This is my new skid plate, or actually new to me. I got it off of eBay. Sometimes you can get good deals there still. This is an aftermarket skid. This is aluminum skid. So the skid plate extends back a little bit farther than the stock one. The stock one stops right about here or so. These are the stock bolts. And then in my package of bolts I got a U-bolt to clamp it to the front downpipe, and then I've got some clamps that clamp to the lower frame right here. I'm going to tell you what size bolts these are. I think these are 8mm if memory serves, and I'll show basically the takeoff and install of it. So as of right now, I'm fixing to get my tools and start this process. Alright, there are the two skids side by side, pretty much lined up as close as it's going to get. All these points I'm very uncomfortable with, especially when you're doing a lot of off-road riding. Even on-road riding, you don't know, you may run over a piece of metal on the highway or whatever, and you know, cracked case is not good. This is a new one, or new to me, like I said before. Wings expand up quite a bit farther than the stock one does. A lot more coverage. Very vital piece of equipment. Solid across the front. Solid here. Has some holes in it, punched out for airflow. This one's really nice because this is a one-piece design. If you look at this, this has been cut in a pattern, bent, which these are the bend points here, and then you have the weld points right here for the aluminum. So it has 4 weld points on it. It's pretty much a solid piece. Bending this gives it a strong structure. So when they bend it and they fold it up in these corners, makes it very, very, very strong. So at this point, I'm going to put it back on in reverse order. I'm going to try to get the video done as best as I can, and we'll see how it looks. This is how it looks without a skid. It's not something you want to run around with every day. So I'm going to stop the video and try to get it on with both ends. Okay, so I'm holding it up here right now, just trying to eyeball it. And if you look right here in the front, that cutout that's in the skid goes right below that, so that's where it'll set, and you'll see my holes line up right about there, right about there. I think you might be able to get a good picture of it. Anyhow, see how far back it goes? I'm comfortable with that, all the way back to the skid, I mean to the peg mount. That's awesome. So don't have any problems with this. This is what it'll look like. Really gets up there and protects the water pump where it needs to be. So, okay, I've got the U-bolt in at the front right here, and these are the clamps to hold the back end of the skid up. This is where they'll mount right here, just like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the skid together, and then the last thing I'm going to do is put the stock bolts in, which go back to these holes here underneath the frame. Go through these right here. Okay, so the skid's on. Use an Allen head bolt on the back. You just mount it up, get it in there. Stock hole, extended skid hole, big difference. So I've got some good gap here on the timing chain cover. Of course, there's the bolt hole. I noticed that when I got this skid, the guy had it adjusted, where they brought out some holes. If you look, this is moved over to the left. I don't know if this was a demo skid or what, but it left room for adjustment, so I'm happy with it. Protects the water pump. I see things just flying past here. I don't see it popping here. There's a little screw here that I need to get tightened, and then of course tighten the Allen here. Goes all the way back to the peg, which is real good. Comfortable with that. And overall, pretty pleased with it. So that's my 04 KLR skid upgrade for the moment. Thanks for watching. The Allen wrench size for the rear bolts, I can't read this one, so I'll have to find the size for you and get back to you on that. I'll post that in the comments. The stock bolt sizes are, I was wrong, it was a 10mm, and the front bolts right here for the U-bolts, 13mm fit. So what you need to do is also don't forget to red Loctite these. You don't want them vibrating off on the trail or the road. So I will get these red Loctite and put on, but this is the tools that you'll need to do the job. 10mm, 13mm. You can have an extension and Allen wrench, about that size. I did notice one thing on the skid. I noticed that my oil plug hangs kind of low. I will be addressing that here in the next week or two, because I don't want to slide up on anything, catch that oil plug, and then have it shear off. More than likely it would probably just bust the bolt up, but I could risk shearing the bolt out and ripping the threads out of this aluminum housing, which is not something you want to do.